Testing, testing. Okay, sick. You guys can hear me. Welcome back. Just waking up. Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions. It's been a little bit. It's been some time. I've been working. It's been horrible. But we're gonna do a tall tale here. Come on in. Come on in. The water is dubby. And it's delicious. Alright, get all the lights off. Habits of just playing. I'm on safe seas, but it's just a habit of playing on high seas. Okay, so last episode, what did we talk about? Last episode, we talked about maritime admiralty law. We kind of got into some, we dipped our toes into some deep philosophy, into natural law. Government is slavery in virtual reality and in real life. Taxation is theft. In all situations, taxation is theft. It always has been theft, and it will always be theft. And that's why we're pirates, because we don't want your taxation. Okay, we'll toss your tea right off the boat if you start taxing our tea. Okay, do you hear me? You heard me? But anyways, pretty cold. It feels like a summer day in England outside. It's very rainy and it is very cold and wet. Let me just get all these players out of my way. It's gonna be a good one. Headset keeps cutting out. I've been thinking about this all week. I got a lot of notes that I compiled after watching the live stream of the very first tall tale that I've ever done. A lot of great allegory, and I highly recommend, if you're going to play Sea of Thieves, do your own due diligence, and as far as natural law too, do your own due diligence. You're going to want to do all these journals, right? I mean, if you're going to play the game, right, you might as well get the full experience. Find all the journals. Here, let's take a look. So, for those of you who don't know how Sea of Thieves work, for the layman's, in order to get the gold curse, which is the most fabled of all curses in this entire game, the gold curse is very rare. You got to do all these commendations, and to do all the commendations, you have to find all of the journals, right? So, and you have to do all of these tall tales 5 out of 5 times. So if you look at here, at the bottom left, I'm on 4 out of 5 times. So once I complete it for this live stream, it will be 5 out of 5 times. I'll get a check mark for this tall tale right here, and then we're moving on to number 3, which I will do. I will do number 3 more times to make the bottom left 4 out of 5, and then I will do the live stream. I think that's a great way to do it, because then the more I do the tall tale, I obviously hear the storyline, right? You hear the tale, the tall tale of Captain Briggsy and which captain you're going after, and you get the gist of the allegory, basically. So the more times you do it, the more you understand, and the more you notice, right? Especially when you have this type of mentality, looking at, talking about Stanley Kubrick films here. So you can't just watch them one time, one and done, and you find new information, weed out the inconsistencies, and then, keep what sticks. This is how you find knowledge. This is how you find the truth. A lot of people don't understand that. But anyways, we're going to get started on this tall tale. It is spooky season, so I got the spooky season costume, spooky season outfit, at least until I get all the gold hoarder. Once I unlock the gold hoarder curse, I'm probably never going to not wear the gold hoarder curse. I will always be gold hoarder cursing it up. Why did I just do that? Give me all this stuff. Okay. I'm preparing. You know, you gotta prepare when you head out for the Sea of Thieves. All of these beautiful outposts give you a ridiculous amount of supplies. And then, not to mention, later tonight, because it is Sunday, I have every Sunday off because we will be recording a new episode for Crazy Life Stories, the podcast. You can find it on Spotify. It's on various other streaming platforms. I think you can find it on Apple, too. I'm not sure. I'm not the host of Crazy Life Stories. That's not my podcast. I'm just a co-host. I'm just a little piece. I'm a section. So if you want to check out, if you like hearing my voice for radio, as they say, because I definitely don't have a face for radio. If you don't mind hearing my voice talk about natural law, make sure you tune into Crazy Life Stories podcast. We do new episodes every Monday. They're uploaded every Monday morning. So start your week off with some good insight, some good knowledge. We talk about morality and truth. We get pretty deep on Crazy Life Stories sometimes. What else am I missing here? I'm not missing anything. I better go start the tale. And so we did go out for pizza at the local Barnaby's restaurant. Barnaby's is legendary brick oven pizza. Freaking delicious. So, needless to say, I did have a few grogs. I might take, if you see me stop or pause or do a dance, I'll start dancing and show you guys my beautiful mug on the camera here. And might be a decent amount of bathroom breaks. I think I should probably take one right now, actually, before we really get started. Even though I already went. Eduardo, you got a handsome... Look at these handsome fellas here. This is the Pirate Emporium?
My Emporium.
Stay on my good side and not get anything.
Uh-huh.
I can get anything? Even before a stint I did with the gold hoarders, I was a smuggler. The best. Oh, he was a smuggler. Premium Enterprise. Yeah, I love that. Thanks, Rare. The only premium enterprise that they actually... Tree bark may cause soul hiccups. Do not use while operating a ship. That's funny right there. But anyways, while I'm pooping on Rare, I do absolutely love this game. These tall tales are where it's at, guys. If you're not doing these tall tales. Alright, so I'm going to... Before I start sailing and listing, I'm going to take a bathroom break just to be safe. I'll be right back. Before we get started, she's pretty scary, but I think she's pretty nice at the end of the day. All right, as the Tall Tales learn more about what the Sea of Thieves is all about, which, even though it's called Sea of Thieves, it's actually about true freedom, is what I think. And that's why I freaking love this game, because who doesn't want true freedom? There's not enough people talking about true freedom, and it drives me absolutely up the wall. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into this app. Help locate the fearsome skeleton lord who split apart the Shroud Breaker. And what was her name?
Pray enter and take
Briggsy.
respite. I am Madame Olivia of the Order of Souls, and your arrival was foretold to me, as was your quest to destroy the abomination
Go ahead and get
once
Irish
known
cricket
as
in here,
Brixie. As you may know, the Order offers bounties for the skulls of those undead wretches that roam the Sea of Thieves. Yet even I am not permitted to send pirates in pursuit of a skeleton lord, for that would be sending them to oblivion. In life, Brixie was a flamboyant adventurer who thrived on danger and excitement. How could she not seek out the fabled shores of gold? But now, she has been consumed by evil's thrall, and is a fearsome foe to all she encounters. And yet, if the whispers on the wind are true, you have already claimed the Shroud Breaker. Perhaps there is a chance you might prevail. Very well. These papers hold fragments of memories from those who pledge allegiance to the Skeleton Lord. If you can decipher their meanings, they may lead you to artifacts, relics of Brixie's life. Bring all that you find to me, and I will shine a light into the darkness that awaits you. Go now. I must prepare the ritual ready for your return.
The rich freaking headset keeps tuning in and out. All right, prepare the ritual, right? And what is a ritual? We all do rituals on a daily basis. Brushing your teeth is a ritual, you know, in its most basic form. You can boil it down. That's what a ritual is. But there is also other very dark rituals that people participate in, but they don't even. I mean, that's the thing. Most people don't realize that what they are participating in is a ritual, or they may not. They may not look at it like that, but in fact, that's what it is. It's a ritual. Like the act of voting, right? Voting for a slave master every 4 or 5 years. I don't keep track. I voted for Gary Johnson. He's a libertarian. That was the only time I ever voted. I didn't win. I'm never voting again. Shout out to, it's a Guttermouth quote for those of you OG punk rockers out there. But anyways, where was I at? So, in order to progress in this tall tale, you get a mark in this book, and we got to find it. The Bounty Hunter. This book will guide you towards a pair of ancient relics belonging to Brixie. Defeat those who protect these relics and bring them to me. Madame Olivia. Chronicle of Forgotten Lives, as transcribed by Madame Olivia. Private property of the Order of Souls. I love that it's a book and it has that. Imagine like finding this book and it's somewhere random on the Sea of Thieves. Within these pages, I shall be demonstrating how best to transcribe these memories. We have of the Order's newest members. Remember, while the recollections themselves may be confused, it is vital that the information we divine from them is accurate. The Order of Souls thrives upon its reputation. Madam, signed, Madam Olivia. The memories of Captain Marrow? And that kind of makes me think like it's a skeleton lord, and when you think of skeletons, there's like bone marrow, right? I think it's spelled the same way, Marrow. It could be. I wish I had a team. I would have looked it up. Again, every time I do one of these tall tales, there's so many notes and so many different talking points that's worth talking about, like Captain Marrow, the bone marrow thing. I know it's like a lot of people just brush it under the rug, but you have to pay attention to these types of things because the budget of these video games that are coming out nowadays are absolutely insane. And if you think that they are not putting hidden allegories within the storylines of these video games, you're absolutely out of your gullet. I was trying not to cuss. So the Skeleton Alliance of the Hellbound Dove, right? And when again, that's another symbol. A dove is a symbol of peace and prosperity. And it's a white dove. As some people look at a white dove as pacifism. So then you have the Skeleton Alliance of the Hellbound Dove. So it's peace, but it's hellbound. So it's peace that's hellbound. And I think that's a great way. That's like what I would look at as slavery. Slavery, it might be peaceful, right? You can look at slavery as peaceful or as safe, but it's really a hellbound sort of type of safety because it's like when one person is enslaved, the entire world is enslaved, right? If one person, when one suffers, we all suffer, and so that's why we have so much suffering going on in today's planet because of slavery. Literally, I know. I like, and again, some people like, you're looking too deep. You need to leave the house and touch grass more. No, like you need to look into this stuff. And you're probably right. I do need to touch grass more, but you know, it's important to read. Her treasures are buried, and we have her key. We sail away to find an island where it can hide safely. Where do we hide it? Keep searching, keep looking. And the Eastern Ancient Isles is a good place to keep it. So in the Eastern Ancient Isles, and now that's a clue. And now you don't need a walkthrough. Like, so Eastern Ancient Isles, we're already pretty close, right? We're already in the Ancient Isles. You have to start this tall tale at the Plunder Outpost. So in the Eastern Ancient Isles, right? That's the Ancient Isles right here. So we're in the eastern part. But I am going to use a walkthrough because I'm live streaming and I don't have that type of time. So I'm looking at there's a YouTube channel, Con. He has the best walkthroughs. I mean, some of them, he needs to update them. He needs to update the walkthroughs. But for the most part, you can use his walkthroughs, Con's walkthroughs on his YouTube channel. All the Sea of Thieves walkthroughs are flawless. I mean, they're not flawless. They have flaws. But, I mean, we're all human beings. Amazing walkthroughs. And he teaches you this is where you find the key. So I'm going to mute myself and then watch this video and find the location because it's pretty easy. So it's got the ship stand right there in the photo. With that island looks familiar. So looks like we're going in Devil's Ridge. That looks exactly like the photo. It's got like a megalodon. That's a megalodon-shaped rock, and the ship is right there with the waterfall. Yeah, that's the same exact matching photo. So we're going to Devil's Ridge. So just go straight, head straight, go south, east. Actually, well, before we start sailing, because let me read this. So in the Eastern Ancient Isles, see, that's a good clue you can use to find it. And then all about the island we go, whereabouts to stay. Do we cower in a cave or stay up high out the way? We make our camp atop a hill, settle down to protect the key. But then shouts, bang, the living. Here for us, Morrow will fight, I will die for her because she wishes it. Crack. My skull returns to wet sand. So basically, this is a story about how a skeleton loses his life fighting for his captain. And again, it's like a weird sacrifice, right? This is what the occult, the Hollywood elites want us to sacrifice. And in fact, when we're playing video games, we are kind of sacrificing our time, where you're sacrificing your spiritual currency, which is time and attention. But we love video games here at Beagle Eye Vision, so we're going to point out the allegory, and this is why you need to pay attention. Because most people, again, they just play video games. It takes their attention and their time, just like movies and entertainment. It takes your time and attention, but if you're paying attention, then they're not stealing your time and attention. If you're aware of it, right? If you're aware of the things that if you are aware of the slavery, and you can point it out, that's progress, right? Exactly. That's progress. So crack. So it's a sacrifice. That's the first part. Now we'll sail to the Devil's Ridge, which is head south. I already said it. Head south and then east. Okay. And I don't have as much notes as I thought I did, but it's all good. We're going to have fun. It's going to be sick. All right, head south and then east. So the whole point of this particular tall tale, the Cursed Rogue, is you are extracting Captain Captain Briggsy's memories, right? You're extracting the memory.
Oh.
This is a common theme that you see in a lot of modern video games nowadays. I mean, I'm talking from my experience. There's the entire idea of this storyline is to extract the skeleton captain's memories. Yeah, this is, like I said, this has been a common theme in a lot of video games, especially nowadays. Modern video games. I'm talking games that came out like 2018 to 2022. You know, that era of video games where you have a common theme where you're extracting a random character's memories and you're trying to decipher their memories, which is, you know, when you're a conscious human being, you kind of notice these patterns. You almost have to notice these patterns. If you don't notice pattern, if you don't have pattern recognition, then you're not a conscious human being. But anyways, you see this in storylines like Call of Duty Black Ops. I think it was Call of Duty Black Ops 3. If you play the single-player storyline, you're a soldier, right? You're an order-following coward who's upholding slavery, and the whole entire point of the storyline of Call of Duty Black Ops is that you're extracting memories out of your dead soldiers' friends. I mean, this is off the top of my head. I haven't played that storyline in quite a long time, but I totally should, because there's probably some good allegory in it. And like I said earlier, these are billion-dollar not movie corporations. These are billion-dollar video game corporations. They spend so much money on these video games, and a lot of people look at it as, oh, they only spend money so they could have microtransactions on the skins that they sell you, right? But it's like games used to come along with storylines. Like, I don't know if Battlefield 6, it just came out. I don't know if Battlefield 6 has a storyline. I'd be surprised if it did. You know, but if it does have a storyline, I would highly recommend you play that storyline and write notes on it, because they're trying to tell you something. Somebody at these video game companies are probably trying to tell you something. That's why you have to spend time and pay attention. So Black Ops 3 is one of them, and I probably will play through the storyline in Platinum since I already own it. I think I own it on PlayStation because it's got all the OG zombies, and you know, you gotta love the OG zombies. And then we have another one that comes off the top of my head. Another video game allegory that's on the list of video game allegories to do for the YouTube channel is Fallout 4. Again, you have the same. There are parts in Fallout 4. You have to go find a main character. Let's call it a MacGuffin for lack of a video games that I haven't beat on the channel yet, but in Fallout 4, you extract the character of Kellogg's memories. And then Kellogg, that's a whole deep rabbit hole. Like, the company who made Kellogg's cereal, the Alfred Kinsey who worked on selling those cereals to the mass public, which is why Kellogg, the company, became so popular. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. I'm not going to get into that, but the guy who sold Kellogg's and made the commercials for Kellogg's he's an absolutely immoral, corrupt, psychopath businessman. Alfred Kinsey's insane. He's done a lot of the advertisements for cigarettes too, and like cigarettes used to be popular in the 80s and 90s. I still would argue they're popular nowadays, but people are going the way of vapes nowadays. Look, there's that shark rock that we saw in the photo of the Tall Tale book that Madame Olivia gave me at the outpost. So, and these are just a few examples. In Fallout 4, you have the memory den, right? It's literally in the storyline with the mission where you do the fetch quest for the memory den is where it's all about memories, right? And even in the Fallout TV show, it's the first episode of the Fallout TV show is literally one of the main character's memories. That's how it starts. So why is this pattern? Why is there this pattern in these AAA video games that are all made by completely different companies? In some cases are made by rivaling companies. Why do we have this common theme of extracting memories? And it's also in movies too. There's so many movies where you are extracting memories, like Looper. I think Looper. A little bit. I might be off. Again, this is just off. You know, but why is this a common theme? We have a common theme in video games and in movies where you have this huge plot line where it's all about extracting memories from the minds of, and a lot of time it's the minds of like dead people, a dead person. You're extracting the memories from a dead person. I think even Pirates of the Caribbean gets into that, the idea of extracting memories. Oh, we got action. Let me park my boat. Go deal with this guy. But yes, it's important to pay attention. You have to pay attention to these patterns, right? Why does Hollywood keep doing these patterns? And again, on top of patterns, like Hollywood, they haven't produced a decent movie. And for, you know, Jordan Peele is killing it. I went and watched the movie Him the other day, and that was like an actually decent, creative movie, but it was a movie using the same themes, right? Same themes as Stanley Kubrick's movies, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket. Stupid skeletons. I was doing one of these tall tales and they sank my boat. But yeah, again, back to this idea where you have seemingly, you know, you have all these different video game companies, but they're all making storylines that are exactly alike. You know, again, you can, you know, call me tinfoil hat. I don't care. Call me whatever you want. But this is important to me, at least. I mean, and maybe it's just one man's opinion. This is important to me. I think we should be paying attention to these million-dollar companies, and you know, what are they trying to tell us with these themes, with these reoccurring, you know, these reoccurring ideas, these reoccurring storylines. And a lot of people in the freedom community say that they give us the dystopia, right? They give us 1984. They give us the movie Civil War by the film company A24, just came out recently. The reason they put these ideas in our minds so that we have this poisoned worldview where, you know, you get the mentality, oh, nothing, it's not worth looking into, it's not worth taking any action because there's more of us than there are, or there's more of them than there are us, so why do anything? You know, why lift a finger? If they already have all these plans and implementation, they have already all these ideas, and they're already utilizing these ideas and putting them, like I said, into action, then what's the point of lifting a finger? Well, it's, you know, it's worth a try. Like, what are you just gonna give up? Is it where? Oh, he's over there. Okay, I'm gonna go take care of this guy. Like, what's he even shooting at? He's shooting at the Megalodon, bro? Actually, okay, I'll let him keep shooting. You know, so we have to ask ourselves these questions, right? And a lot of times these video games are aimed at kids. So then you have all these dark themes, you have dark rituals. You know, the stuff with Fortnite has been absolutely insane. With Fortnite, with the music pass, and it's so, I hate to say the word Illuminati, but there is a such thing, but I would say dark Illuminati, right? That's what we say in the freedom community. There's a such thing as the dark Illuminati, and it exists. Again, call me tinfoil hat, I don't care. Call me whatever you want. Whatever helps you sleep at night, but these, there are people out there. This stuff exists. Alright, let me bring the loot here. What is that noise? That was horrifying. These seas are spooky today. That wasn't a siren. That wasn't the noise of a siren. That was the noise of something. Something else for sure. Okay, I don't know. We'll keep going. Another movie that comes to mind is Ready Player One, and that movie it's again made by Steven Spielberg. He made Schindler's List. That's a movie. It's about video games, and it's about extracting memories out of a video game creator, right? In the movie Ready Player One, you have a scene where the main character, I forget his name because this is off the top of my head. Where the main character of Ready Player One, he goes into the creator of the video game's memories to try to find the Easter eggs, right? Like he's trying to find the egg. Again, the egg, that's another thing that goes back to Alfred Kinsey, that guy I mentioned earlier, where he, cake mixes, like made at home cake mixes where all you have to do is mix a few ingredients together and throw it in the oven, you have a cake. Cake mixes weren't selling for a while, and Alfred Kinsey, the guy who did all this programming to get people to sell more stuff, he had the idea of taking those cake boxes and adding 2 eggs, which is eggs is like you're getting into the sacred feminine. Now, it's really deep. There's so many rabbit holes to go down. So many areas of research that people need to pay need to pay attention to. But there's so many distractions. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to this. So Ready Player One is another example of Steven Spielberg. I think Steven Spielberg might be a PEDO. He made the Jurassic Park movies. He's part of the creepy, again, $1 million. These movies have $1 million budgets. And if you think that the storylines that they're putting in these movies and video games are just, dumb storylines where you brush under the rug, you're absolutely you're out of your mind. You're insane. If you think that. So I think the whole idea of this island is, in order to find the key, a rock. They might be over there. So you're trying to find the skeleton captain is hoarding. He's hiding a key. He might be over there too. It's another tree with a rock on it. So the captain name will pop up, and they'll start talking, right? And I think what they talk about, what these captains, before I slaughter them, the subject that they're talking about is very important too. But we'll get to that. So back to my notes. Steven Spielberg, Ready Player One. Again, these forms of entertainment, right? And that's all they are. Or that's what people look at them as, video games. It's very juvenile. These forms of entertainment they have these common themes in them, right? $1 million corporations, but all of them are supposed to be rivals, right? They're supposed to be against each other, even though I know, because I do research, I know that they're in each other's pockets, right? They're trying to keep us distracted. So then the whole point of this is we're trying to find a skeleton key. And I should have done more research into my notes, but what is a skeleton key, right? In Beetlejuice, the movie Beetlejuice, another awesome allegory about people who are no longer living. The daughter in Beetlejuice gets a skeleton key. And what is a skeleton key? They really don't exist. They're not as common as they used to be back in the day. But a skeleton key was the idea of a key that could unlock any door in the house. And this is very important because, in Hermetic philosophy, in Hermeticism, we read these books, and there's a really good quote about Hermeticism will give you the key, the ability to unlock any door in your house, right? If you ignore the wonders of your own house, how do you expect to find treasure outside of your home, basically? And I'm paraphrasing. That's definitely not the exact quote, but bear with me. Like, I'm streaming. We're doing the storyline. I should have done more notes, but, you know, like, I really want to get this gold curse, and I don't have time. It sucks. I wish I had the time, but YouTube doesn't, you know, I don't make that much money. Unfortunately, I have to go to work. I can't spend all day sitting at my computer, you know, doing notes, looking up, researching skeleton keys and yada, yada, yada. Where are these guys at? Captain Avery, I think his name is. Where are you at? He's on this island somewhere. Alright, I'm talking too much. Let me get a drink here. I'm going to keep roaming the island. If there's any loot. Okay, I probably should have took care of that cannon guy. Well, I think where I parked my ship for Discovery Island, nobody should be able to hit me. Yeah, he's still just launching them over there.
How comes I got to keep watch again? Stan always keeps watch all the time. Not fair. Oh yeah. If you was keeping watch proper, then fleshies.
The fleshies, right? Listen, they talk about that in Fallout 4 too. The smooth skins.
Jones is the sharpest at shooting. That's why Brixie likes Jones best.
So these skeletons are arguing amongst each other, right?
Then, Ryan Jones.
No honor amongst thieves.
Because Brixie knows you're stupid. You both think Captain, right? Because that's me. That's why I get shiny key. Now shut your stinking skulls before we get hit like last time. If any flashes takes your treasure, Lord Brooksy will grind us all to powder. Nah, no flesh should be daft enough to fight Brooksy. She'd mutilize him.
That laugh.
He's still got brains in their heads. Doesn't mean they never use him. Now, quiet!
Yeah, so they're all supposed to be on the same team, right? Captain Avery and all these other guys. They're all supposed to be on the same team, but they're arguing amongst each other. It's all ego, right? You heard Captain Avery. I'm a better shot than all of you. And they're all arguing amongst each other. This is, you know, like I said, no honor amongst thieves. And I think that's part of the amazing allegory of this amazing game. So when you get the skeleton first, Captain Flameheart basically steals your soul. More skellies, bro. Yeah, so I'm not a skeleton curse weirdo. Is this the guy who keeps launching Rockets. Okay, yeah. So I don't care about the Skeleton Curse, especially because I've read the Sea of Thieves Heart of Fire book. There he is. So when you read the Sea of Thieves Heart of Fire book, the Skeleton Curse is actually really creepy, and especially after reading that Heart of Fire book, I really don't have any desire to work for Captain Flameheart or allow him to take my soul and turn me into a skeleton. So it's like, ooh, it's creepy. I mean, you guys have to read the books, right? If you care about Sea of Thieves, I highly recommend you read the Heart of Fire books, and they're super cheap. You can get them on Kindle, the Kindle Amazon Kindle app, super cheap, and you download them on your phone. It's really good stuff. It's great content. They're great books. The guy Chris Alcock, the author of the Sea of Thieves books, he's a phenomenal writer. I mean, trust me, I know. I write songs. I plan on writing a book once I upgrade my computer. This guy is a phenomenal writer. I mean, his work is just great. Not one great work type of great, but his storytelling he's a fantastic storyteller. So I got the skeleton key. Right? Again, let's have a look at it. This is the key that opens all the doors. Made from bone. So let me find out the next location, and I'll spew some more allegory on you guys. So Blackheart Bill, and that's another thing, like Blackheart. Blackheart is like you're evil. You have a blackened heart. Heart is where all the care is. And we talk about this on Crazy Life Stories podcast all the time, that people's care is devastated. Their spiritual currency of spending time and paying attention is absolutely completely devastated nowadays, because with iPhones and the smartphone and money and the distractions. There's so many distractions. Like, people do not pay attention. It's horrible. It's so horrible. So Black Heart, right? It's evil. It's not what a heart should look like. And then Bill, that's another thing. Break down that word. Bill, the B-ill, the cult of Bill, right? So you pay bills with dollar bills. And they talk about this in the Cubbyhole podcast. Fantastic, one of the most underrated podcasts on the internet. Cubbyhole podcast. They talk about this, the name Bill, to be ill, right? So you pay Bill with dollar bills to pay your bills. So it's like you have all these types of bills, and guess what? Our language comes from somewhere. Like they thought about all this stuff, you know. This is the real magic, right? Magic with a K. That's the real stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna drop too much. Take care of these ghosts. And so when you join the Athena's Fortune in this video game, the storyline, the Athena's Fortune ghosts, and you can get the ghost curse, right? Which is that I just killed some of the phantoms. I just wiped them out. You get this green emerald language, like you become a phantom, but you can live forever. I mean, you can live forever as a skeleton too, but you have this green language, right, where it's kind of like the Matrix. Or Beagle Eye Visions. That's why I have, if you look at the Beagle Eye Visions logo, that's why Squirt Dog has the green lasers coming out of his eyes. He's got the green emerald language, because he has the eyes to see, right? This is what happens when you study this stuff. When you study allegory, and you study knowledge, and you read books, and you understand morality, and you understand natural law, you get the eyes to see, because you're spending the spiritual currency. Now I sound like Derek Bartoluccelli. Shout out to Derek Bartoluccelli. I love you, bro. If you happen to hear this. So Blackheart Bill. So let's find out the next location. We sail with her special chest in the southern ancient isles. We look for an island to keep it. Look for one to hide it. Past the big island we sails. Best who finds a littler one, more likely to be missed. So it sounds like Captain Briggsy is very uneducated. Find a place to bury the chest. I sent along with the others. Stuck with the scary, skelly Goldtooth, who likes to bully poor Bill. Finally finds a place for the chest to rest. No rest for poor Bill. See, no rest for poor Bill. Again, it's no, they make old Bill bury it, right? So you have this old Bill. That's what I'm thinking of. Again, it ties in with maritime admiralty law. Old Bill, make Old Bill bury it, right? Finally get to rest his shovel, misses old Captain Morrow. Here the others come again, come to torment poor Bill. Again, like, they're supposed to be on the same team. These skeletons are on the same team. They're all with Captain Flameheart, but they're all bullies to each other. They call out, Bill is weak, stupid. They're making fun of him. Hit old Bill, Bill's skull, all he is and knows. Rolls down the sand, lost. Maybe Blackheart Bill again one day. So they killed Bill, basically. Bill buried the chest, and then they pushed him off a cliff. Which is really dark. And, you know, like I said, they're supposed to be on the same team. But I'm going to tune into Concon's video real quick, mute myself, and shut myself the hell up. Alright, I'll be back. Stupid skeletons. Thieves Haven. Said it's at Lookout Point. Oh, there it is. It's right in the path. Dude, he just keeps firing cannons. He's going crazy over here. I'm gonna take care of these other skeletons and then we'll start to sail. So we're just going west, okay. About eight tiles over. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sick, sick, sick. Freaking love this game. The graphics are sick. Again, there's a lot of Sea of Thieves haters. Ooh, we don't get any new content. Did you guys get the gold curse? Because if you don't have the gold curse and you're complaining about not enough content, then you really shouldn't even be complaining. You should shut the hell up. If you don't have the gold curse. It's because a lot of these guys, they play this video game and they just want to murder each other. Again, the people who made this game probably want us to be distracted with that idea of just murdering each other, right? So far from natural law, so unnatural to just, you know. And I play with some people like that where they just want to go out and they don't want to get gold or loot. They just want to go out and murder. Ridiculous. Like Biggie. Give me the loot, give me the loot. Let me make sure I'm on the right path here. The sound path. I need the sound path to freedom. So we're going north and west. And then get out of this crevice and go west immediately. So pull out game slow. You still shoot. That Megalodon's probably gonna go after me. Bro, were any of your cannons actually hitting? That's my question. Went too far. Okay, but yeah, I have in my notes it just says research skeleton keys. I wish I could have spent more time on that, but it's okay. I mean, I'm sure I'll end up doing these Tall Tales over again if I ever find somebody who wants to play Sea of Thieves with me. Had the nephew. We just had dinner with the nephew. That was super fun. Had dinner with nephew and grandma. That sounds like a skelly ship. You want to pop up on my skelly ship? You want to be taught a lesson? You have a little bit of gold. Oh no, it's the wind of the storm. Where are we going? That's got to be Plunder Outpost right there. Over yonder, so I'll see it. We're looking for an island with a torch on it. Torch on the top. So research skeleton keys. Defeating Captain Avery will get you the skeleton key. And they're arguing with each other, even though they're pirates. They're supposed to be on the same team. I already talked about that. You know, these pirates are supposed to be on the same team, running on the same ship. So that's basically your roommate, right? Think about having a roommate. It's not easy living with other people. I know that from experience. But, you know, basically when you're sailing on a ship together, that's your roommate. You know, if you can't sail on a ship with somebody, if you can't live with them, you definitely shouldn't be sailing a ship together. You know, you come up on them and they're just arguing with each other. And same thing with this other. We're sailing to the next island to get the actual chest that we're going to use the key to unlock. And these skeletons that we encounter are still just arguing with each other. But this is... yeah, I don't know. This is why I don't like Captain Flameheart. He's kind of a loser. Loser hell-bent on destruction. And I'm sure there's a lot more allegory in the book, but I've only read it once. I read the Heart of Fire, Sea of Thieves Heart of Fire book. I've read it one time for the book review, and then I'm halfway through reading it a second time. So I'm sure there's a lot more allegory that I'm not picking up on. Some things that I'm not noticing. So I'm going to continue to read that, but I got the, I need to record the next book review, which is V for Vendetta. I got to do some more work on that one. Probably before work, finish getting the notes transferred over tomorrow. Kind of out of notes, it makes me sad. I have one quote in my notes, but I'm going to save it. That sounds like a skeleton. Oh, no, we're all good. Yeah, I got a quote from the Sea of Thieves Heart of Fire book that I keep talking about, keep nerding out on. But I'll wait for that until we get closer. Get this chest at least before we set sail again to the Plunder Outpost. We gotta take the chest, open the chest, take the chest back to Plunder Outpost, back to Madame Olivia. And I'm sure there's some etymology, right? Look up the word Madam, or you look up the word Olivia. I know Olivia's, that's an old name, right? I know there's some good etymology in the name Olivia, but I just didn't have enough time to do the research. Etymology of Olivia. Okay. It says Olivia comes from a Latin word oliva, O-L-I-V-A, meaning olive tree or olive. It first became popular in 17th century England after William Shakespeare used it for a character in his play 12 Nights. And William Shakespeare, that's a crazy, crazy rabbit hole. Because nobody knows who William Shakespeare actually is, even though he has the most world-renowned playwrights known to man. And Still to this day, nobody knows who William Shakespeare is. There's a lot of speculations on it. I think that's the island I'm supposed to go to. Oh, yep. We got a little off course there. And again, that's William Shakespeare. I can go off on allegory and etymology about Shakespeare, but unfortunately, I don't have time. There's not enough time in the day for me to sit at the computer and be researching all these topics and rabbit holes. But I highly recommend you look into these rabbit holes yourself. You know, don't just take my word for it. That's how you be a good student, right? You have to have a healthy amount of skepticism and a healthy amount of not gullibility, but you know, you can't be completely gullible and you can't be completely skeptic, basically. And that's very important. So this island's going to take me a long time because I got to go downstairs. You know I'm getting the Orb of Secrets, right? Every time I come to this island, any island with the flame on top right there, you got to get the Orb of Secrets. I'm on safe seas too, so nobody's going to be bothering my ship. Is that an Ashen Lord? That looks like an Ashen Captain. I hope to Jesus Bruce Lee Christ that is an Ashen Captain. That would be sick. Because that's some loot. That's some looty loot right there, boy. Get that keg away from my vessel immediately. Get this keg well away from my vessel. That is an Ashen Guardian, yes! Alright, I'm gonna have fun on this island. Okay, let's get some work done. Beautiful freaking water. Thank you so much, Rare. I know Rare has got a lot of haters nowadays. This game is amazing. Like I said, you gotta study. You have to pay attention to the storylines, right? There's even a short on the Sea of Thieves YouTube channel where the video game director, he's like, if you don't do the Sea of Thieves Tall Tales, you'll make the developers very sad, and you don't want to make the developers sad, you know, because they probably spent. Sorry, I'll let them talk. Yes, being back at school. Every day. Man, school sucks.
When I had to deny, there was lots to steal. I only had little.
Lots to steal. Again, no honor among thieves.
Did you ever think about being alive? I mean, it's big seas says there's a cure. There ain't no cure, Nelly. How do you cure being dead? Stay inside. Keep warm. Mercy's body. She's body and powerful. So you two, stay respectful. Hear me? Yeah.
So they talk about this in the freaking community a lot, about being dead.
What's your secret? Become a Lassie again. Go to sleep, money. We've got the chest to guard.
Then the captain, I love how the captain says, "Go to sleep, Molly. We have a chest to guard." Like, how are you going to guard a chest when you're sleeping? But anyway, you know, they talk about school. I love that they talk about school. She's like, I went every day. She's like, I went Gold Tooth over here. Gold Tooth is like, I went to school every day, and that's what it's. School, public education is communist indoctrination. That's literally what it is, because they're not teaching morality in school. They're not teaching anything of real importance, right? They're not teaching the trivium method of grammar logic, rhetoric. You know, and it's yeah, you're forced to go every day, and it's even to the point where if you don't go to school as a child, your parents could get in trouble, and your parents could go to jail if you don't go to school. And that's the type of society that we live in. Why is school... Like, I understand education is very important. Learning how to read and write is very important. But most of the other stuff in school is just filler. It's just nonsense garbage. So you're giving your children, right, that is your child, over to some entity 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's a job. That's literally what a job is, and that's why people think school is so important, because they want you to be in this mentality of a slave. They don't want you to be a free thinking, sovereign human being. So they go to school. So again, you got these skeletons just arguing with each other, and they're arguing with each other about school, right? I just thought that was hilarious. I love that they put that in there. You know, I talked about that on the most recent book review with the book that changed my life by Chris Jansen. He talks about how school is basically like a prison. You know, as soon as the bell rings, you got to follow orders. You got to move on to the next class, right? As soon as the bell rings, you got to be on time. Don't be tardy. It's ridiculous. It's literally a job. But instead of getting paid, you can get written up for being late, and you got to ask permission to be, you know, ask permission to exist. That's what Chris Jansen says in the book, right? It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's like the old punk rock band DRI, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, which I don't know. You know, in hindsight, I think they could have came up with a better name than Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. But anyways, they have one of their songs. It's like, go to school, be on time, don't be tardy. School's a job, but you don't get paid. You know, like, it's so true. Oh, it's so freaking true. And again, they don't talk about morality or doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. They don't talk about truth. They don't teach you the trivium method. It's just, you know, memorize this SAT question. Memorize this, what is it? I-STEP is the testing that I had to do when I was in school. I-STEP programming, and there was training, like, to get to the test, to do the test, to memorize all the correct answers. You know, all this blah da 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 blah da 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 dumb stuff, pointless. There's pointless stuff. I still have yet to use an algebra, or still have yet to use an equation, right? Like a plus b equals x squared. Still have yet to use that. I know, like, I've done construction before. I've measured out 2x4s, and I've done cuts and measurement, done, you know, like that type of stuff. But as far as algebra, most of the algebra stuff goes, nobody uses it in daily life. It's so dumb. And then even sometimes parents don't like to admit it, but parents sometimes they do admit that it's stupid, but they're like, well, you have to do it because reasons. Yeah, you know, they don't even have a good reason for why you have to go to school. Or why you have to go to public education, more importantly, right? Public education. Go to the specific building. With all these staff members who are underpaid, you know. They definitely don't get paid enough. That's what homeschooling is just the way to go. Well, why am I just swimming out in the water? Kind of lost track there. In my rant. My ranting, my boomer rant. So I got the chest. I do need to find the ashen chest, and it's right by the boardwalk. Okay. There we go. Yes, love the ashen chests. That's doubloons right there. Doubloons! Yeah, spooky season, so I just watched The Shining, you know, again, another Stanley Kubrick movie. Very fantastic allegory, I can't express it enough. I need to watch Full Metal Jacket. I might watch Full Metal Jacket tonight, actually, because I usually watch it during the, you know, this time of year. The winter time. I don't get any doubloons, I just get gold? What? I better get doubloons when I turn that thing in. Okay. Oh, before I go down there, I need to take the storage crate, because there's always a bunch of supplies down there. Another one? Are you another Ashen Guardian? Are you kidding me? No way. Dude, I love Safer Seas, man. You're gonna give me another Ashen Key and another... Oh my gosh. This is freaking sick. Another Ashen Guardian quest. Alright, let me take this loot back. Man, I'm gonna spend a lot of time on this island, I guess. Oh, was that the key that I passed it? Oh, beautiful day on these seas. I hear that storm over yonder. Hopefully it just passes us. And it's right where he spawned too. Yeah, Safer Seas are so awesome. Like, I freaking love Safer Seas. I think because I'm on the creator crew, that it seems like I get the same amount of loot. Like, my loot is not... The loot that I turn in is not discounted on Safer Seas because I think it might be because I'm a creator crew. I could be wrong. I don't know. Again, that's another avenue where I need to do research in. But I just don't have the time. I need to look it up tonight. Another Ashen chest? Dude, this is 2 Ashen chests on the same island? No way. No way. Safer Seas always makes me feel so lucky. And then I go play high seas, and I always feel like I'm a targeted terrorist in high seas, because I'll just be minding my own business, getting gold, getting loot, and then there's some doubloons. Thank you, Rare. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll just be minding my own business, and then people on a sloop. I'm a solo slooper, obviously. I don't have people to play with, unfortunately. But, you know, yeah, I'll just be solo slooping and I'll get attacked by 2 people who didn't even try to start an alliance or anything. They're just like, I'm cruising, mind my own business, and they start shooting cannons at me. And then, of course, it's 2v1. I mean, 2v1 in literally any video game, you're going to get wrecked. So, I always end up getting wrecked, and then that's why I ended up just putting a controller down. Because I'm like, man, this game's kind of toxic, bro. The community sucks. I don't know if that's just me or my luck, but the community really does kind of suck. That's why I don't play Fallout 76. You hear so many good things about, ooh, the Fallout 76 community is so nice. Every time I've played Fallout 76, it's the same thing. I get killed. I never get anybody to help me. So frustrating. So that's why I'd rather play Sea of Thieves. I don't want to play Fallout 76. I'll stick to Sea of Thieves. Way more fun. So I got the chest. Yeah, all I have to do is go to Plunder Outpost and complete this tall tale. But this is all extra, right? Understand that you guys don't have to do this. The Sea of Thieves veterans know. I'm doing this for extra gold right now. Go get the Orb of Secrets. I always do the extra gold pockets, but I don't... Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I think I might just get the Orb of Secrets. I don't really want to go through all these constellations. Oh man, that's gold. I freaking love gold. No, I'll just get the Orb of Secrets. I'm not going to do all these. Maybe I'll do one. So there's a fishy, there's a turtle. There's the other one up there. A fishy, a turtle, and then a hawk and a feather. Fish, turtle, hawk, feather. Alright, I'll do the hawk. I'll do at least one, even though I'm on safe. I don't like to do these. Well, safer seas is the best way to do these extra gold vaults right here. But yeah, I just don't feel like doing it right now. So what do we need here? What do we need? So we got a bat. 2 bats, but one's got the pointy ears, and one has the bizarre pit bull ears for immoral pit bull owners. Yeah, if you do that to your pit bull's ears, you are an immoral piece of trash. Just saying, your pit bull ears should look like that bat's ears. But anyways, that's a whole nother... Is that the pit bull ears right there? It looks like it. Is that a fox or a bear? I think that's a... think that was a bear over there. What is that? I can't tell. There's the fox. What up, fox? Sword masters, dude, they were blocking all my hits. Uh-oh, I need more food. Uh-oh, I need more food, and there's a guy with dynamite kick. Yes! Alright, getting all the loots on this island. Since I got them two ashen chests, I really don't want to doing pretty decent on gold. What is up, girl gamer queen? I got the Orb of Secret. I need to come back and get my storage crate. You downloaded Sea of Thieves? Okay. You will not regret it, I promise. Definitely play safer seas to get warmed up. I highly recommend playing safer seas. I'm on safer seas right now. There's no shame in it. Alright, storage crate's probably doing good. Got a lot of the loot down here. Before I head back up, I do have to use the restroom. But then we will be back in full swing. This tail's almost over. We're already halfway, more than halfway over for this tall tail. But I'll be right back. Chat to each other. Have a conversation. I'll be right back. Okay. Got the Orb of Secrets. Oh, excuse me. I'm a pirate. Don't mind me. Little burp action there. I wish that, man. I just had pizza. What time is it? I had pizza about 3 hours ago, and I already want more pizza. I have come here to eat pizza and kick ass, and I'm all out of pizza. Is there some more storage? Storage I can hit? Yeah, give me all that stuff. Give me all the storage. So I know the new update is out for Sea of Thieves. But unfortunately, I don't know when the next time the boys will be on. So I won't have any help to complete the new quest until the boys get a chance to go online, and I don't know when that will be. So I'm kind of nervous because hopefully I'll get a chance to do all these dailies here. I'll show you the seasonal. We've completed all these together. Yep, got all those done. Got the heist done. So I just need to do Act 3, completing this season. I got 4 weeks to do it. But yeah, I don't have any. I need some good Sea of Thieves players to play with. Let me make sure. I got no more business on this island. So that's good. I'm not taking those smuggler barrels right there. For me? What? What's for you? I'm lost. Yeah, if you want to team up, let's team up. Let's team up. Let's do the heist. I'll get you in the Discord group. Yeah, I gotta do these. Gotta do these quests. Alright, where am I going? So I'm going to Plunder, which is pretty close. Right there. Oh, boom. Just not even 2 squares north. We're going back to Plunder so this lady could do the ritual. Oh, wait, no, I have more notes, right? So, Sea of Thieves, Heart of Fire. Before I start talking, let me get another Irish cricket. Second Irish cricket of the stream. Oh, yeah, Irish cricket, baby. So delicious. Squirt, stop eating butt. Squirt, he's talking back. Squirt dog's legs started limping. It's very stressful. All right. So, Sea of Thieves, Heart of Fire, quote, right? Testing, testing. There we go, that's working. Thank you for that, chat. Appreciate you, gamer girl. Oh, dude, I hit the skeleton captain. Oh, and I sank it too. Oh, I should totally get that loot. Yeah, the storm's right there. I gotta get that loot. I'm sorry, chat. I gotta get the loot. Oh, but there's a storm here. Oh, the plunder outpost is right there. Freaking storm came in. But, shoot. Did you hear the quote that I said from the book? I hope that if you can help me out, I hope you guys heard the quote. Oh, you didn't hear the quote at all? Really? Yeah, I was gonna quote the book. Or I did quote the book. Oh, okay. Let me get this loot and I'll say it again. It's a good quote. It's worth discussing, I think. What? Give me that skull. Give me that. Okay, so the quotes that I was saying is, which is why Flameheart is such a hell-bent psychopath who wants to see the entire Thieves burn in hell. Oh my god, now I got megalodons. Please leave him alone. Leave me alone. The reason why Flameheart does what he does is kind of explained in the Sea of Thieves books, which is awesome. I love when a live service video game has books and stuff like that. I think to add to the lore of the video game, I think that is amazing when they do it in multiple forms of entertainment like that. The pressure is on, guys. We add pressure. second. It presses a fly. Shark thing. You're ugly. You're ugly and your mother doesn't love you. You stupid shark. Mastodon. Whatever the hell you are. So let me say the quotes again for those, in case I didn't say it. So here's the quote. The day the boy became a man was also the day he learned that there were other bigger bullies in the world. Two stout fellows from the Grand Maritime Union came to his home and informed the boy that his father, a man the boy had never met, had been accused of piracy. The boy's home was to be searched. He was told that anything of value retrieved and repatriated as payment from the father's misdeeds. He was forbidden from serving his country in its conflict. For no army could trust the son of a filthy, rotten pirate. Page 78. And I thought that was a great quote because, like I said, it explains why Flameheart is so, evil. It's because the state of, the government, basically, he said the people representing Grand Maritime Union, that sounds like the government, off the coast of in the Bahamas and stuff like that. So it sounds like these two men of representing government, the Grand Maritime Union, came into his house, talking about a father he's never met, and that's kind of why he became a destructive monster. Flameheart became a crazy weirdo, hell-bent on destruction. Dang, freaking made some loot. There's loot over here too, out in the water. I gotta go grab that. Order of Souls Pavilion. Oh, because I put the skull in here. I forgot about that. There we go. Got some doubloons. Yeah. Sounds like there's a hole. Oh, that's right. The freaking thing bit the ship. Alright, I did get that other loot before it disappears. Matt Bennett of Crazy Life Stories podcast messaged me, so hopefully we're still recording tonight. I just, why is it spinning like that? That's kind of creepy. Ooh, there's a captain's freaking skull. Oh, let me make sure, I need to get that, make sure it doesn't sink. So I'll bring this case to the island. Get that beautiful golden skull, dude. Ooh, look at that. The Order of Souls are going to be happy. Oh, I forgot that other merchant's. Got that merchant's crate on the beach. Dang it. That's all smugglers. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of loot. I gotta turn all this loot in. This is gonna be a long stream. Oh yeah. So how you doing? How's your day going? Gamer Chica. I mean, I've heard people say that Safer Seas is lonely. This is not lonely at all. I've gotten so much loot. Good, good, that's good. Muy bien, muy bien, muy buen. Yeah, I kind of ran out of things to talk about. I mean, everybody needs to study natural law. As soon as people start studying natural law and making natural law their religion instead of making religion their religion, I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but religion is not good. Religion is religare from Latin. It means to thwart from forward progress. Yes. If everybody who had children taught their children natural law and morality straight out of the womb, the world would be unrecognizable. But unfortunately, people don't teach that because people, in order for human beings to teach something, they have to have a certain amount of understanding. And especially if you're going to teach it, right? You can't teach football if you have no idea how to even score points, right? But that's the thing. People teach football to their freaking children. They'll teach them how to play a football game or how to play wrestling, but can't teach your children how to do the right thing, right? But football is more important. There's other more important things. It's ridiculous. But anyways, you gotta be positive, right? Everybody says you gotta be positive. People love the positivity. You gotta be positive. Not trying to give anybody a poisoned worldview or anything like that. But seriously, straight up, if people taught that to their children, heck yeah. Yeah, I know you know. Dang it. Actually, I'm gonna bring this chest back. We'll give this crate to the merchant. Did I get rid of the one on the beach? Yep. Okay, because I'm talking too much. Distracting myself. Give that crate to the merchant. Is this empty? No, it is not. Okay, give that crate to the merchant. Alright, we'll finish this quest off, and then we'll use this chest to get the rest of the loot sold. What a beautiful game. I'm so glad I do not have to work today.
Are those Briggsy's precious treasures?
Let's see what she does
Let
here.
me see. Ah, the tools of an adventurer. I spend so much of my time surrounded by bones. It is sometimes easy to forget that they were once people, too. Tell no one what you are about to witness. There are some secrets that even we, the Order of Souls, are forbidden to share. By Recall's light and wisdom's might, the past shall point towards the future. Behold the true power of the Order of Souls. There are few left.
She said
with the
by
knowledge
wisdom
to create an artifact with such
and by something
potential.
like by Recall's light and by wisdom's might, she said. That's like kind of powerful right there.
Imbued with the Order's magic, this compass will point the way to Briggsy, no matter where upon the Sea of Thieves she may be lurking. Once again, I implore you to be cautious. Death has only made her more formidable. Should you triumph, return to me with the skull of your enemy. In exchange for such a valuable prize, I will do all that I can to help you onwards in your journey.
Okay, so you get the enchanted compass, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to sell the rest of this loot. And hopefully Skelly ships leave us alone, because I kind of just want to complete this tall tale and move on to the next mission. I'm going to, by the time I get done completing this tall tale and turning in all the loot, we'll be recording for a new episode of Crazy Life Stories. So, running out of time, quick and fast. Oh, and I got all this freaking smuggler's loot. I'm probably gonna turn that in as well once the tall tale is over. Or hopefully whatever island that Captain Briggsy is on is already a smuggler's island. So if maybe I'll get lucky. If not, maybe I might not turn in the smuggler's loot. I don't know. Play it by ear. We'll see. It just all depends on how much time is left. Really. If you, in Sea of Thieves, if you have any amount of treasure, it increases the odds. It increases the odds of a skeleton ship popping up on you. Did I even get that Orb of Secrets? I spent that time? I don't remember selling the orb. I'm sure I did. That's what happens when you talk. You talk too much. I talk too much for sure. No. Obsidian, Marauder's chest. Did I get it? I probably sold it already. Did I not grab it? Shoot, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think I left it back on the island. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I've already made plenty of loot. Alright, so I got the enchanted compass. Spear. I like keep hanging on to the spear. I don't mind those. I'll turn this into just in case I don't feel like running to another island to sell this extra loot right here. Where's Ordo go? Ordo disappeared. Is he still on the ship? Oh, he's chilling. I wish you could have multiple pets out at one time. It kind of feels wrong to just have just one pet at a time. That's kind of lame. Oh, I got so much loot on the ship. I got all those paintings, so it doesn't matter. The odds of getting a skelly ship spawned on me pretty ridiculous at this point. With all these paintings. All these paintings. Alright, we're gonna see. We're about to finish the tall tale here. Looks like we gotta head east. I reckon that's where Briggsy's gonna be, is that big old silhouette out there. Alright. Another Irish cricket. I had a hot bake flake on me today. Flake on me. But it was, it's okay. I'm glad. I was still happy to be able to take my family out. But it's, you know. They were asking about the hot date. Family was asking about the hot date. And I'm like, well, she flaked. There's no loyalty in 2025. Loyalty does not exist. But it was still a good time. I had my little nephew. It's funny because everybody at work, all my coworkers called me. They call me Uncle Henry because I listen to old school hip hop and just I don't know. I have an old school nature about me. I guess people have said that too. That old school nature. My coworkers call me Uncle Henry. So it's funny. It's cool to have my nephew in town. They're battling out there. That's funny. That's so cool to see. This game is sick, dude. Oh my god. That's gotta be the island, right? There's no way. There's no way it's not that island. We'll see. Sometimes the compass will want to go past the island. It's kind of looking like the compass wants to go past that island. Oh shoot! So it looks like Matt Bennett is ready for the podcast. It looks like we're sailing right past this island. Yep, we're not going to Cook's Hollow. Let me message Matt Bennett. So Matt Bennett said he is ready whenever. So I'm going to have to wrap this up immediately. I won't be able to do the smuggler's loot unless Briggsy just happens to be on a smuggler's loot island. But I'm actually glad to be able to go a little bit early. Because then I can drink more and have more fun. And enjoy my time off of work. That sounded like, I thought that was another skelly ship. Don't give me another skelly ship. Now I got stuff to do. We gotta record. I bet Captain Briggsy's gonna be all the way at all the way at Kraken's Fall, and it's not a it's definitely not a smuggler's port. Yeah, it's gonna be the big old island. Let's play a shanty. I really wanted to finish that, but I'm just making sure. This island are literally right there. It's gonna be Crook's Hollow. Or Kraken's Fall, my bad. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. That sucks, because we're going right into the storm again. I do not like sailing in storms. Sick of it. Dude, super pumped. We get to stream a little bit earlier with Matt Bennett. Yes, dude. Actually, the last time I did this quest, for the 4th time, my 4th run through, I had to, it was in the rain. And one of the main things about this particular quest is, in order to really take out Captain Briggsy, is you have to use fire. You have to use the, actually, before I drink off the ship. Oh, I need some flame. Those help a lot. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna be on this island. Pretty sure, because I think this is the last. Yeah, it's like the compass is pretty spot on. It seems like. It's always raining. I don't like storms in this game. Well, I love storms until I got glasses. Ever since I got glasses, I did not appreciate thunderstorms as much as I used to.
Now look at me. Camped out in some nameless backwater with just you brainless boneheads for company. It's all because of that damned curse. Even my old shipmates think I'm dead. Or that I'm some sort of monster. And maybe I am. Once I'm free of it, everyone will know my name again.
Nobody will know your name when I'm done with Jizz. Watch how I really like the design of this video game. Another reason, because when she stands up, you can see how tall she is. It's honestly it's pretty intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a grown ass man, but it's pretty intimidating.
I never asked to be cursed. Still think you can win. Surrender and I'll grant you a quick death. You're pathetic. Surrender and I'll grant you a quick death. Over here. See who you're dealing with.
Yeah, the rain is just wiping the fire out immediately.
Time to
It's doing nothing.
Today, you have the honor of dying at the hands of Captain Briggsy. I'm too fast for you. I'm too strong for you. Surrender and I'll grant you a quick death. Time to even the odds. Today, you have the honor of dying at the hands of Captain Briggsy.
I got the Captain Briggsy's skull. Alright, let's go back to the ship, baby.
So I love, like, again, when you watch The Matrix, you have the red pill and the blue pill. But if you look in Captain Briggsy's eyes, it's a green, ghosty sort of. In the left-hand path is a green ghosty, and the right side eye is a ruby, I want to say. That's really interesting, and I can go deeper into that, but I'm just not going to because I don't have the energy. I don't want to explain it all. There is a ruby path, there is an emerald green language path, and it's usually not the left eye. The left-hand path is the path of Satanism, or westing, right? Left is westing. When you look at a compass, never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, southwest, it's westing. And I'm definitely not explaining that to the best of my ability, but I got pressure. I got pressure. I'm live streaming. Matt Bennett's ready to go live. So I need to hurry up and get back to the outpost and endless tall tale. End this live stream and go on to the podcast. So we're going south. No, I gotta go. I have to go to Plunder. Right? So we're going southwest. I wish I could take the little skeleton with me, poor guy. Hate to leave him back at the island all by his lonesome. Alright, let's listen to some more shanties. The stream is about to end. I hope you learned something. You know, talk about natural law and just morality, all that good stuff. The dream language. The language of the birds. Oh, I wasn't going to turn right, but there's a lot of rocks right there. So, in order to complete this tall tale, once you get Captain Briggsy's skull, you have to go back to Plunder Outpost. Plunder Outpost specifically because this quest is all about Madame Olivia. So Madame Olivia at the Order of Souls is that's how we begin the quest, and then you have to go back at the beginning, like a Quentin Tarantino movie. You have to go back to Madame Olivia, which is, you guys remember that we looked it up? It's Olive Tree, which again, Titan Quest gets into that too. I already done an allegorical video on the video game of Titan Quest, but I still need to beat Titan Quest. I'm ashamed that I have not completed Titan Quest. It's something that I definitely need to do, especially since before the Titan Quest 2 comes out. I really need to get that completed. So I gotta pass Cook's Hollow over here to make sure and stay on the left side of the island. Yeah, well, I'm sure you guys saw it on the map. I really want to play a full shanty before this live stream's over. So take a left there, dive down, go south. I also need to, I started a video game series called Call of Cthulhu, and it's one of the most, it's a phenomenal video game. It's so underrated. Call of Cthulhu, the video game, is so completely underrated. It's actually a shame. And I need to start that, but it's already getting so close to the end of the month. I'm really not going to have that much as much time as I want to. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll get off work tomorrow and I'll just start live streaming. Doesn't matter what time of day it is, because it needs to be, because people can watch it at nighttime, you know, with the world, everybody's on different time zones and yada yada yada. Might as well, even if it's daytime for me, I should just be able to record it and then get it on the YouTube channel as a playlist, and then it'll be on there, and then I'll be like, yo, it's spooky season, make sure you go check out the Call of Cthulhu playlist, because that game is so freaking awesome. I love that game. Should be able to start seeing the outpost here coming up soon. I think I do see it right there. Alright. It's coming up. It's coming up on there. Oh yeah, I see her. There she blows. There she blows. Like I said, I really wish I had more time to flesh out some of these notes and talk about these things, but I don't make enough money through the YouTube channel, through donations and stuff like that, through the Dubby sponsorship. Use code BeagleEyeVision at Dubby.gg for 10% off your purchase. I just don't make enough money to where, you know, I still gotta work, unfortunately. So I don't get enough time to do notes and research things and talk about the things that I really want to, because I'm so tired from, you know, freaking working. It sucks. But hey, it gives me, this is why I'm able to even have a PlayStation, right? I should look at it as in a positive way. That's why I have a PlayStation, is because I work and, you know, pay my bills on time. That's why I'm able to have a dog, take care of my dog, take care of the baby boy. So I guess it could be worse. It could always be worse. That's what the motto, the Beagle Eye Vision motto is: stay gold. You know, you gotta stay gold. It gets rough out here. It gets rough sometimes, but that's no, you know, don't get too beat up. Pull yourself through. Live for life, you know, living for life. Suicidal Tendencies song. I still got that wood crate. I remember that. Alright, here. We'll get sailing in. We'll dock the boat, dock the vessel, get this tall tale finished up. And then throughout the week, that's another reason why I haven't been live streaming and doing notes, because I'm trying to get my gold curse. Right, I really want the gold curse in this video game. I'll show you guys what the gold curse looks like once I completely finish the tall tale. But the gold curse is freaking sick, dude. It's awesome. It's one of the most, you know, everybody who plays Sea of Thieves, you know, you strive to be a pirate legend, right? You want to be a pirate legend, you want to get into the exclusive bar, the exclusive pirate legend tavern, part of Athena's fortune. Right? That's the main goal, is to become a pirate legend of the Sea of Thieves. But the big, big, big goal is to become a gold hoarder. To get that gold curse. Alright. Turning this wood crate here. I gotta use the restroom again, because like I said, I had a couple of brewskis at the Barnaby's. Get a couple of brewskis, get a couple of, you know, use the restroom. Get some more tea. I guess we're recording the Crazy Life Stories podcast episode a little bit earlier tonight. So be sure to tune into that. Make sure you tune in to Crazy Life Stories. It's on Spotify. Talking about a whole lot there's nothing new under the sun. So everything we talk about on Crazy Life Stories has already been discussed by other podcasters. It's already been discussed. You know, we've... Alright, where'd I drop the skull? Got Briggsy's skull. Alright, let's wrap up this allegory. Love the pumpkins. What is that even supposed to be? Actually, now that I think about it. What is that? Oh, is it like there's the two eyes on top and that's the mouth? Is it like a ghouly skeleton? Alright, I hear the music's creeping up, so better turn it in.
The skull of a skeleton lord. Oh, I've waited years for this moment. So few people stop to wonder what the Order of Souls does with the bounties once we have them. Each skull holds many secrets, memories of old hordes and old encounters long forgotten. If Briggsy truly did possess the Shroudbreaker, the missing pieces should lie somewhere within her recollection. But be warned, such visions are not always easy to interpret.
So she taps the two eyes. I don't know if you saw the location where she taps.
But I can make out a few names. Tasha, a girl in a tavern, staring in awe as the firelight flickers and great tales are told. Suds, a dear friend who threads his way across the wildest oceans by the light of the stars. Salty, trembling before a blade, revealing the lair of a trickster. Wild Rose, true love shining like a beacon that calls across the waves. Fate has bound you to meet with these wanderers, for they alone know of the precious stones you seek.
Yes.
I can offer you nothing more than my gratitude, and faith that you have the strength to reach the shores of gold. Farewell.
Thank you, Madam Olivia. Appreciate that. Yo, Fateful Memories. I got the trophy, Fateful Memories trophy, for completing all commendations. Now that's a beautiful thing. All right, I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go to the tavern and have a grog. Look at it, got the commendations. Let's have a grog. Yes, give me more commendations. Yes, I freaking love this game. And I got the curse, right? I got the Order of Souls Eye curse. I forgot about that. I got the Cursed Rogue curse now. I could put it on my skin, on my body. Well, anyways, thank you so much. We had a grog. I'm heading to the ship. I'm going to record another episode of Crazy Life Stories, and then after that, I'll probably go live stream on Twitch. Even though by the time we get done recording for Crazy Life Stories, I'm going to be pretty in the bag, as they say. I'm going to be half in the bag. Or I forget what the saying is, but it's going to be fun. This was awesome. Thank you so much if you've made it this far, if you've watched the whole thing, if you've been here. Thank you for chatting in the chat. Gamer Girl, appreciate you. Shout out to Gamer Girl. What else? Yeah, that was actually fun. So throughout this week, I'm going to be doing the... give me a minute. I'll show you. I'll show you guys. I'm a little tipsy. A little tipsy in here. Hunter's Call, that's right. Spears are sold at Hunter's Call. Oh man, Squirt's going crazy too. I hear him whistling in the background. Alright. Beautiful day on the Sea of Thieves. But anyways, here is the... Where'd it go? Alright, Tall Tales, Grand Adventurers. And see, now that I completed it, Cursed Rogue. Got all the commendations. Got the curse. So throughout this week, I will be doing the quest, not the quest for Guybrush. That's already done. The Legendary Storyteller. I will be doing that 4 times, or 3 times, and then it'll be 4 out of 5. I will do all the notes. If I see any allegory that's worth talking about, I do need to do more notes on natural law, because people need to understand natural law more. There's not enough people talking about natural law, and it's a damn shame. We will get all these commendations. We're gonna get Captain Briggsy's sails right here. I actually really like them sails. These are sick. The Sea of Dreams commendation. Yes, that is gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna be doing research, doing notes till I get 4 out of 5, and then once I get 4 out of 5, this is gonna be the pattern. Once I hit Tall Tale 4 out of 5 right there at the bottom left, that's when I will be recording the live stream. And while I'm doing the commendations before I get to 4 out of 5, I usually stream them on Twitch. People don't pay attention to my Twitch channel as much as they do on the YouTube. So if people tune into the Twitch channel while I'm doing these Tall Tales, I will talk and I will we can conversate. I'll talk to you guys, ask you about how your day's going. I mean, but whenever that happens, find me on Twitch. I will talk to you guys. It's just I have a lot more followers on YouTube than I have on Twitch, and it needs to. I don't know. That kind of drives me nuts. Like it needs to balance out. So whenever I go live on Twitch, people need to tune in, and because whenever I go on live on YouTube, people always tune in, but on Twitch it just doesn't. I don't know. People don't know about Beagle Eye Visions on Twitch, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter. Let's see how many. Once I get that one done, so there's going to be 6 left, and then I'll have the Gold Curse, right? And I still have to do these 2, which I'm going to be going live on YouTube. And I'll do it the same way for these Heart of Fire and for the Seabound Soul. I will, since you have to do these, like, you got to do these 5 times, right? Or 3 times. Legendary Commendation, complete the tale 0 out of 3 times. So for each one of those, you got to do them 3 times. So I will do the same way I'm doing these. I will stream the first 2 on Twitch, and then when I get to the 3rd time, I will have enough notes and maybe probably have enough things to talk about in the allegory. I'll point out some of the allegories, some of the reasons why these tall tales are freaking epic. They are tall tales, right? Exactly. Like they, the story, these are some tall tales. The story is really good. Heart of Fire. I'm really looking forward to that one. I bet that's going to be. I don't know anything about these tall tales, Heart of Fire or the Seabound Soul. I've obviously already done all these before. The Shores of Gold one is going to be really epic. I know there's a lot to talk about, and especially once we get to farther in these the Shores of Gold series, there's a lot of allegory, especially in the Wild Rose. Loving your significant other and having a strong foundation with your significant other, instead, because if you don't have a strong foundation in your relationship, your relationship's going to fall for everything. And I mean, I'm talking about jealousy. Right, as soon as some chick looks at your dude, sideways or in a lustful way, or it goes both ways. If you're a guy and somebody looks at your chick in a lustful way, you kind of get ignorant, and it's easy to get angry. Right, is what I'm getting at. Because if most people's relationships don't have a solid foundation, and if you don't have that solid foundation, you'll fall for everything. Right. So it's very important. I'm excited to get to that Wild Rose series. That's going to be a good one. Yeah, a lot of amazing content coming. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you stay gold. I'm going to go record Crazy Life Stories. Have fun. Enjoy your spooky season. Get scared, but don't get too scared, right? Don't live in fear, because fear is a mind killer. And, yeah, I'm going to take Squirt potty. Squirt, you gotta go potty? You gotta go outside? Yeah, you do, huh? Yeah, you gotta go. And then we're gonna record the Crazy Life Stories, so make sure you tune into Crazy Life Stories every Monday. We got new episodes I'm about to record as soon as I get done here. Take Squirt out, record Crazy Life Stories. And then live stream probably some Rocket League, some Fortnite tonight. I don't work till 7 p.m. tomorrow, so I'll be staying up pretty late, streaming all night, hanging out with you guys. So if you want to hang out, just tune in. So stay tuned. Stay gold. Appreciate you guys. Thanks again if you made it this far. I really appreciate you. Give you guys the old Midwest goodbye. 2.5 hours later. All right. Hope you enjoyed the tale. Hope you learned something. Stay tuned. Stay gold. I'm signing off. Beagle Eye Visions. All right. You ready, Squirt? Let's go.